Okay, so this is the first time I wore this hat. Did anyone else get this hat at convention? Was this at convention, right? Yes, it was at convention. It was at convention, for sure. I think it sold out really quick. I think that's what it was. It sold out right quick. Okay, so we are going to. Sorry, my daughter's messaging me. Um, I was just telling Alicia that what I do is when I have Power 30, I think, okay, what do I need to be focusing on right now? I ask that question because I figure maybe if I need to study it or if I need to research it or if I need to focus on it, that means someone else might be in the same boat as me. So today we're going to be talking about consistency. Okay. Um, so before we dive in, I want you to think about this. What if the next 90 days in, so that would be just before Christmas time, right? What if you showed up with the same energy, focus, and intentionality every single day in your Plexus business, no matter how you felt? And you know what? I've realized, successful people, you know what they have? They show up no matter how they feel. The people that are not successful don't show up when they don't feel like it. The people that are successful show up even if they don't feel like it. And that's what separates the successful versus the unsuccessful. And that's just reality. So, no matter how you felt, what if you showed up for the next 90 days? What would your life look like before Christmas? So, when I first started Plexus, I didn't have a huge audience. I maybe had 200 friends, and 90 of them were my family. I didn't have a perfect script. I didn't even have confidence to say I was in business. I did not see myself as a business owner. Drop a one if you can relate to that. Like if it's even still maybe like, oh, you admit I'm a business owner. Or maybe you don't have that issue, but it took me a long time because the reality was I was not looking for a business. I was a homeschooling mom to 6 kids with a full plate already. And the last thing I wanted to do was add a business to that description of my life. But I I am so grateful that I switched it and now I can say that I'm a proud business owner. Um but I cuz I decided one thing. I could control whether or not I showed up. And you know what? There's not a lot we can control in this life, but this is something that we can control. And I've been saying to myself lately is what do I want the next 24 hours to look like? How do I want to show up in this situation? So even if I don't feel like it, I'm asking myself, how do I want to show up today? And write that down. How do I want to show up today? How do I want to show up for my family? How do I want to show up in my marriage? How do I want to show up in my businesses? How do I want to show up in my customer care? Ouch. Yes, Joey, we've got to decide. So that decision, more than my knowledge, more than my experience, more than my personality or even my network, has paid me more than anything else, is deciding to show up and doing it whether I feel like it or not. That first event that we did 10 years ago, before it was even a thing, a Facebook chat event, we had absolutely no idea what we were doing. I didn't even know how to copy and paste when I started Plexus. That's how old school I am, guys. It's so funny, but it's true. So just remember, it's like you show up anyway. You show up anyway. Okay, so I love sports. I love sports analogies, and I love Rocky. Rocky's one of my favorite movie, even though it's not a real life person. That movie has so many powerful messages. So I want you guys to think of Rocky and how he was the perfect example of consistency. Remember the training montage? He was running up the steps in Philly. All the kids are chasing him. Still one of my favorite things. And his little Converse high tops. Literally, that's what he worked out in. Us in our fancy on clouds and hookahs and hokas and whatever else you call it. It's like, remember, he was sweating. He wore his tattered gray sweatshirt. He was out of breath and no one was watching him at first, right? But the fight wasn't won in the ring. It literally was fought in those countless boring hours of training in the gym, hitting that bag over and over, running through the town. And you notice people started following him. Think about that. That's a powerful image of what it looks like to show up consistently. I just learned a new trick. I knew how to mute all. Boom. Okay. So that's what people forget is that greatness, it's not built in the spotlight. It's not built when you're on leaders board. It's not built when you hit the jewel rank or your next rank. It's built in the shadows when nobody's cheering you on yet. And that's just the truth of it, guys. No one's going to be cheering you on when you're sending 20, 30 messages a day. No one is going to be cheering you on when you get ghosted. No one's going to be cheering you on when you make a Facebook post or work in your stories or do your 100th reel. No one's going to be cheering you on. But those little things will make a difference and move the needle forward in your business. That is our Rocky Balboa moments of running through the street and doing our workouts. And that's just reality. Do you think Rocky wanted to wake up and drink a raw egg every day and then go work out in that nasty, smelly, hot gym? No, he didn't. And I know it's a movie, but you know that's the reality of those boxers. They have to work their way up the ring in the boxing world. Okay, so plexus, the shadow work. So, what's our shadow work? What does that mean? It's those DMs that you send when no one replies right away. It's the post you make that gets 2 likes or maybe none at all. Or if there are some, it's all plexus people. It's the follow up that feels like it's going nowhere. It's being ghosted for 4 years from someone that you know needs these products so much. Hello, Dina Sullivan, after 4 years, right? That's your road work. You think when I messaged her that last time to invite her to Inflammation Challenge that she would turn out to be a Ruby on my team? I mean, for real. Yeah, Joey, 3 years. Do you think that Sharon was excited that she said yes finally after 3 years? Yeah, Nicole Shive. Nicole Shive literally watched Emily Roberts, who is amazing at stories and reels and posting. Amazing. And she still didn't even join her. She ended up joining the girl who sat on her table to get her lashes. I don't know if it's table or chair, but you get my drift. It's like 8 years. That's the shadow work, you guys. That's your road work, and that's your boxing montage. So just like Rocky, when the big moments come, when the right person says yes, because I promise you guys, you're one conversation away. Now that conversation might not happen for another 6 months. I don't know. And you don't either. So it's like showing up even when you don't feel like it to the right person and they will say yes. You have to be ready. Your job is to be doing those reps. Your job is to make sure you have duplication. Your job is to make sure that you're the leader that you need to be in order to have the team that you want to have. You have to prepare. You have to prepare. That is your workout. Being consistent. So let's talk about being consistent. Okay. So consistency creates trust. That's John Maxwell through and through. That's his principle. People don't join you because you're flashy. They join you because you're reliable. They think about you. If you're posting about Plexus in your stories or on your Instagram every single day, they're going to know that you're consistent and reliable and that you are the Plexus person they want in their life. When they think about, man, I really am tired, you're going to pop up in their mind because you've been posting about how you used to be tired. I don't know why I'm yelling at you. I'm pulling my Trisha Rieger right now. So you have to be reliable. Your audience is silently watching. Will she be there next week, next month? By golly, if any of you guys get a message saying, "Are you still doing Plexus?" Boy, you slap your own stinking hand, right? People need to know that you're doing Plexus and you're consistent about it. John Maxwell says small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. Do you know that man, even on Christmas Day, will write every single day? He'll write even on Christmas Day. That's some serious consistency. That's some serious discipline. Yeah, that maybe that is Lisa. You asked my kids. So posting once about Plexus is noise, you guys. That's just noise. That's I'm dipping my toe in this. Got it? Posting every day for a year is credibility. That's I'm a business owner. I ain't playing games. This is not a hobby. This is my business and I show up. My store is open. Got it? So so post every day. And listen, I'm talking to myself. So does that mean it's a Plexus post every day on Facebook and Instagram? No. But in your stories, it better be there every single day. How I love when you're not in your head. It fires me up. Okay, she's even at work, guys. Let's go. Okay, consistency beats intensity. That's Ed Milet principle. Okay. So success isn't built by bursts of energy. It's built by repeated small actions. So we've all had those where we're motivated, right? Like the icon challenge is up. Let's all start messaging and get to work. And here we are. It's August 12th. And I don't know of only one person on our team that's earned it so far. That's a problem, honestly. And I'm smacking all our hands. That's a problem because it's not like Joey's got this magic potion where she just making people become senior silver and signing up 10 people. It literally is us not showing up the way we need to show up. And that's the truth of it. If you can look me in the eye and tell me that you've been messaging 30 people a day ever since they announced Icon Challenge, and for some crazy reason you haven't reached it yet, then I'd give you a hug. But if that's not the case, then let's get to work. We have a little over 2 weeks left to earn it, and let's make it happen. Every single one of us can earn Icon this month. There's no reason why we can't. No reason, unless you're telling yourself you can't, or you're not showing up, or not doing the consistent work. So most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. Okay, so let's think about that. That's why that consistency is the key. If you only show up when you feel motivated, you'll work 20% of the year. If you show up no matter what, you're going to lap everyone. I guarantee you, after Alita's husband passed away, and then her mom passed away, a horrible death, and then her dad passed away, I guarantee you she probably didn't feel like showing up to work some days as a single mom with 4 young kids. In fact, I know she didn't because I watched her. But guess what? She did it anyway because she knew her family needed it. And I hope your dreams are so big that you want to show up just for that. So let's be consistent. Let's be consistent with our self care so you can pour into others and whatever that looks like for you. So, like, I know I need to spend time in the Word as part of my self care. I know that I need to be eating healthy as part of my self care. I know I need to be going to the gym. I know that I need to um, spend time with my family. Like, that's important to me. So be consistent with your self care. Be consistent with your skills. Repetition builds mastery. If you're not good at something, study it, research it, do it until you get good at it. Don't stall out. Don't freeze because you don't feel confident in it. Practice it until you're good at it. I used to hate showing up for Power 30, hate it, dreaded it. And I'm not saying I'm great at it, but I'm telling you what, now I get excited because first, you guys are amazing. I love spending my time with you. And second, I know that if I can do this, anybody can do this. And if you guys have been around for a while, you know that's true. I used to literally get on here and shake. My voice would be quivering. And now I'm literally yelling at you guys. Like there's no quivering in this voice whatsoever. So be consistent with your skills. If you don't know how to do stories, go follow somebody that is really good at it. Alita, fantastic. Jill Renfro, fantastic. Emily Roberts, I don't follow her stories, but I'm sure she's great too. It's like we have people to follow. Just copy. Copy until you figure it out. Be consistent with relationships. Follow up where the money is. I'm telling you guys, I've been doing this 10 years. I am consistent about follow up. That's why I have people sign up after years of me reaching out to them. Seriously, be consistent with it, with those relationships. And it's not all always about Plexus. I literally have people that I friended years and years ago on Facebook because we had mutual friends. I haven't even met them in real life. But you know what? I'm vested in their lives. If they're asking for prayer, I'm praying. If they have something great going on, I celebrate with them. If they have something tough going on, I send them a word of encouragement. Those are relationships. Superficial, yes. But those are real relationships. Like I truly do care. It's not a fabricated thing. I am consistent with my relationships. It's one of my superpowers. And that's something that I promise you, this business is about relationships. You want to be successful, work on building better relationships because it makes all the difference. And the good news, it's so wonderful when you run into them in public and you're like, hey, and you give each other a hug because it's the first time you've ever met in person after 5 years of being Facebook friends. It's the craziest thing, but that's our world that we live in now. Okay, so consistency compounds. Let's talk about what Eric Worre and his skill training. So every conversation is a deposit in your trust bank. Super easy messages to send. Happy birthday. Tell me what fun thing you're going to be doing today. That's such an easy thing. Do you know I have 14 birthday messages to send just today? So if I'm sending 30 messages a day and 14 of them are birthday messages, how easy is that? So fill your trust bank, right? Be consistent with your conversations. So every post, story, invite, and follow up adds to the compound effect. There's a compound effect to this. There was a compound effect when I would message Dina and she would ghost me. And so finally, that last message I sent and saying, hey, I have this inflammation challenge. Let me know if you want me to remove you from my list to follow up with. That got her attention because she was intrigued enough, even though she didn't say a dang thing. She was intrigued enough. She didn't want me to stop following up with her, right? I mean, tell me you're not the same. Like you keep somebody's at an arm's distance with how you respond to them, but you're like, I don't want to be completely removed because I'm a bit interested. And at some point I might say yes, but I'm not ready to have that conversation. So make sure that you are following up and has just remember it's those compound effects that will make the difference. So Eric says if you commit to the daily method of operation for 90 days straight, you will be unrecognizable at the end. So we just had a 75 hard challenge with posting. I didn't really comment in there because it wasn't about me. It was you don't need me training you in how to do 75 hard challenge of messaging people. You were showing up for yourself. I held you accountable to the sense of post this every day. And I would put a fire emoji. And that was your good job, bud. So imagine for the next 90 days straight, 90 days. Can someone do the math and tell me what that date is? Because I'm not that good. But it's like, let's think about what can happen. Let's think about what it will look like, what our Christmas will look like if for 90 days straight we show up. So the habits of consistency is first, you have to define your daily method of operation. What is that going to look like? Your non negotiables, right? So imagine an hour. Mid-November. Okay, no, mid-November. Perfect, right? Like that means your paycheck should be good that first week in December or that second week in December. So our non-negotiables, new reach outs. So imagine doing new reach outs. How many you're going to do? To me, I picked a number. I'm not going to share it with you. I picked a number that I'm comfortable with, that makes me feel like I'm a strong business owner that will move the needle forward. So you got to figure out what that looks like for you. I know what my dreams are, what my goals are. So you got to figure out, okay, if I want to be here in 90 days, what do I need to do in order to get there? Right. So ask yourself that. How many new reach outs? How many follow ups? So check in with the people that you need who have shown interest, who have maybe liked something. And then you got to work on your social media presence. Okay. Post at least one story. Post at least one story. One story, Plexus, every single day. And you guys, your part of your non negotiable literally should be personal growth every day. I love that Alita can say, no matter what day of the year it is, she shows up and does personal growth every single day. And maybe, guys, that's why she's a high achieving, one Plexus award winning diamond in this company, diamond slash emerald in this company. Maybe that's why, is because that personal growth, I mean, that is her superpower. And we just happen to be on her team and happen to be blessed to have a leader like that, because we know that it works, right? Like it pays off. Why do we have Power 30? Because she knows personal growth is so freaking important in this business. And then a product story every single day. Joey said something about one Plexus. I know, right? Like it just still blows my mind. I love that. If you show up in August with intention, those that choose to have back to school excuses, end of summer excuses, etc., will not catch you through coming months. What will you do with that? I love that. Yes. How are we going to? So listen, no excuses. You either want icon or you don't. Listen, I have a lot of work to do. I have 2 senior silvers to produce. I have so many people on my team that I'm like, they could do it, they could do it, they could do it, but we haven't yet. So I still got a lot of work to do. So product stories, make sure you're sharing it. Share your story or someone else's story every single day. That's how you build belief. Send diamond docs to the people on your team. Build their belief. Tell them why you believe in them. Those senior silvers that I need to help to hit that rank, because first they want to. They've told me their why. They told me why they want to build. Second, my job is to help them to see that vision, catch that vision, see that vision every day, even when they don't feel it, even if they don't see it. That's our job, you guys, showing up every single day. So let's talk about the power hour structure. So let's say I only Haldis, full-time job, mama, right? What is that going to look like? If I want to be consistent, I can break it down into 15-minute sprints, right? 15 minutes, new connections messages. The next 15 minutes, follow ups. The next 15 minutes, social media content. The next 15 minutes, personal development and team check ins. Hour, done. Tell me if you did that. Drop a 5 in the comments. If you can tell me that if you did that consistently for the next 90 days, that that would not move the needle forward in your business. 1 hour of serious, intentional, power hour structured work. Exactly, Joy. You will be an icon. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. So, what do you guys need? You guys need that structure, right? Have it written down. Write down your non negotiables. And then get a power partner to do it with. Find that accountability and text them daily. And you know what? One of the best things that we did early on, we had power partners, and we held each other accountable. Like it was literally a non negotiable. If I did a Plexus post, I would tag them in it. And then she would tag me. Like it was a real thing. So that accountability partner, message someone on this team, message somebody on this Power 30, because it makes all the difference. You need to track it. And I'll drop a PDF in there, a tracker on how to do it. If you have a notebook, whatever, you don't have to use what I'm sharing, but some way to track what you're doing for the next 90 days. And then really nurture your team culture and celebrate consistency and not just the big wins. I want to celebrate you guys for showing up on a Tuesday morning. Some of you guys are at work. Some of you guys, your day is just starting. Some of you have been up for hours. Some of you are taking care of kids. It's like celebrate consistently showing up for hopefully something that moves your needle forward. Okay? So let's talk about overcoming those consistency killers, right? Because they're there. It's a real thing. Perfectionism. I know for a long time I was stagnant because I was a perfectionist and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that I had that tendency because I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist. But really look at yourself and say, well, why wouldn't I make that post? And it's no excuses, right? So waiting for the perfect post, the perfect words, the perfect timing, you'll be literally waiting forever. So just do it, even if it's messy. I love, love that John Maxwell talks about failing forward. That's a real thing, guys. And in network marketing, it's probably even more real a thing, or maybe parenting is the most. But truly, you're going to be waiting forever if you want to do it perfectly. And progress beats perfection every single day. It just does. Progress beats perfection. And the good news is you're going to get better. You're going to get a little bit better every single time you do it. Those reps, those Rocky reps, you're going to get stronger and stronger every day. And that's just the truth of it. Let's overcome that all or nothing thinking. If you miss a day, you didn't fail. You're human. Just start again tomorrow. And like for me, if I miss a day, I know the next day I'm going to be doubling up those numbers that I missed. But that's just me. Like if I know if I miss exercising, I'm going to have to work harder, the next time, because that does make a difference. Consistency is not about never missing. It's about never quitting, guys. And that's so true. I've been here 10 years. People come, I've had people come on, watch people come on with people that I knew. If they stuck around and did the work, they could be a diamond. Those people, we all know them, right? Some of the most incredible people have quit. And I think, man, that's really a drag because these people, they have such gifts and talents that they have so much, they wouldn't have to work as hard as some other people might to get to the top of the company. But because they were quitters, like they will never know the success that they could have in this business. And I promise you, you have what it takes to hit the top of this company. So be consistent and don't quit. Don't quit. It's really sad when people quit because we do become like a family and we really care for each other. We're literally in each other's corners cheering each other on. So it's like a part of you just leaves. It's very sad. So don't be a quitter. Emotional decision making. So I love this one because I'm 51. I'm a woman and I have a lot of kids and I homeschool. So there's a lot of emotions. I have two teenage daughters that living in my home right now. So we have a lot of emotion in this home. Okay. So I can't, no matter what's going on with my family or in life circumstances, and it's not always pretty, you guys. It's just life is messy. The longer you live, the more you realize that. It's not the way you think it's going to turn out, but by golly, you got to look at those silver linings and celebrate the wins and the victories. But you cannot let your emotions dictate your action. That's why those non negotiables are called non negotiables. You have to do it no matter what or how you feel like. Amateurs work when they feel like it, professionals work until it's done. I'm going to repeat that for the people in the back. Amateurs work when they feel like it, professionals work until it's done. My dad is a professional musician. That man, he works his butt off. And he has been very blessed to be a professional musician his whole life since he was 15 years old and raise a family being a musician. That's quite a feat, but it's because he worked his butt off at it. He mastered his skills. He networked like nobody's business. He put himself in the right positions. He moved our family cross country when it didn't feel good for his career. And guess what? That's what landed him his job that literally he's had for the last 46 years in the music business. If you know anything about the music business, to have the same job for 46 years in a music business with a man who fires people like he's changing his clothes is unheard of. He just happens to have my dad do all his firing. But seriously, it's crazy. He's very fickle. His boss is a very fickle man. He literally like, oh, I want another piano player on the stage. Oh, I don't want that piano player now, 3 months later. Oh, we need a new dancer for this part of this show. Oh, let's fire him 2 weeks. I didn't like his attitude. Like, seriously, you guys, you got to show up no matter what. And my dad worked his butt off. And I love it. And I'm so thankful for that example. So hopefully you guys have somebody in your life that has showed you what hard work looks like and consistency works looks like, even when you don't feel like it. And then you know what you do when you when you have those days where you don't want to show up, ask yourself, what would they do in this situation? What would they do if they knew if let me start over. If they wanted to earn icon by the end of August, what would my dad do? And fill in the blank with who you look up to in that regard. What would they do? What would it look like for them to show up to win that icon by the end of the month? And then you do exactly what they would do. Because you know what? So cool. When you guys are doing that, you're going to be that for someone else. If your kids are watching, you're going to be that when mama didn't feel like showing up and messaging people. And I get going. People are complaining my house. So let's close. I want you to imagine in 90 days from now, you've been consistent, you've done the work, and you've grown your customer base, your team, and your belief. You're walking into the next holiday season with more confidence, more income, amen to that, and more peace, knowing you built this. You showed up for the last 90 days. You did it, even when you didn't feel like it. You didn't wish for it, you worked for it. This is not hope and a prayer. You got to show up and do the work. So here's my challenge for the next 90 days, commit to showing up no matter what. Even on bad days, even especially on bad days, even when you don't feel like it. Imagine the energy you're going to get, the excitement, the win that you can celebrate when you show up even when you don't want to. I get so proud of myself. I even tell my husband, I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm to that point where I will say that because it's not always easy. Because that's where the magic happens. So write down your DMO for the next 90 days. Write it down. Choose an accountability partner. Commit to reporting it daily to that partner and post in your team page your 90-day goal. In this energy momentum, post your 90-day goal and what you're going to be doing. Let's do it, you guys. There's no reason why we can't. I want us to be celebrating so many icon winners, earners this month. We're not waiting till September, October, November, December. We're doing it this month. Who doesn't want to go to Mexico? Let's go. This is a big part. Plus, we need to help people on our team. It's not all about us. So drop your plan. Let's go. Love you guys. Ciao.